Hello and welcome to day 19 for this Inktober Tangle Challenge 2023. I'm Rachel from Rachel Angela Art, and as always you can find me on Instagram of the same name. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and just want to say thank you to Stephanie Jennifer for putting these this challenge together for us, all the prompts. So, as I said, it's day 19 and it's Knightsbridge by Zentangle ink. So, this is it done in different ways. And here I've done it as a border, and then in the middle I've just done it as a checkerboard, which is, I think, where they got their inspiration from in the first place. And then I've just kind of put orbs, or I think it's onomatopoeia, that one, on the the middle circle. So I will slow down now, and it's a pretty easy tangle. We'll get our bijou tile. We'll remember to be present as we're drawing each line at a time, and focus, and then appreciate, and then appreciate again after we've drawn it. So I will zoom in. A bit more. I've got a juicier pen today, hopefully. So we'll start with our border. So we'll do our 4 dots, and this is nice just to slow down. Remember to relax, and as always I draw away from me. Nice just to slow down, some me time to relax, breathe, because don't we all need to breathe? So get our pen, and then it's really simple, really quick, really easy, this one. And it's just nice, it's shading, it's the shading that I like. So we can do Knightsbridge anyway, like a checkerboard, diamond shaped, any shape really. So I'm just going to use the hole to do some extra lines. So I'm just going to do some diagonal lines. I'm not going to do them too small, else it will take so long. I'm going to do them diagonal for a change, and just going straight in with my pen, and then I'm going to turn my tile, and I'm going to do the same. So I'm just going to go from corner to corner, and then maybe here, and then I'm going to turn my tile and do exactly the same. There we go, and that's all there is to it. And I'm going to get my 08 pen. It's going to be easier to colour this in. So we're just going to ink every other square in, so just so that you don't get lost, because it's easy to get lost. I just put an X in all the ones, so it's every other one. So coming down here, leave a gap, which will be white, black, white. So if you start with this one, that's going to be black, so that's white, so that's going to be black, 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 and then you kind of get the idea. So we just ink these in. I'm just going to go over the border there, You really don't need to watch me do this, but it is quite therapeutic. Obviously you can fast forward this bit. I just like inking them in. I just nice and juicy. I'm going to go like this, see if you can see. I try and hold my pen at an angle better than I did yesterday, so I'm sorry if you watched yesterday's and my fingers kept getting in the way. I'm sorry about that. So obviously this would be inked in as well, because it's like we call it drafts in England, but a chessboard, flooring, tiles. It's just a great tangle to fill in areas. And of course, by all means, just speed this bit up. I haven't learned to edit yet. I tried to do some editing and it just did not work, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I really need to learn, because obviously this is the first time that I've been doing, but I do the lives, the real time, because then you actually see how long it does actually take to do all these and ink them in. But it is therapeutic. You can do it as slow or as fast as you like. I always tend to outline again. I will bring that down and ink that in. And then just turning your tile. Remember to keep your shoulders relaxed and your hand relaxed. And you can shade these as well, different ways. And I think you can, there is a graphic pen or a brush pen, whatever you feel comfortable colouring. It's just that I had an 08 to hand, plus it's quite juicy, this one. Plenty of ink in there to flow onto my paper, so it is really a quick tangle. I'm turning the tile again. The last thing I want to do is get ink all over my hands and then get it on the tile. But nothing's perfect, and this is all about the process. The process of the enjoyment. I mean, I just enjoy colouring or filling in these squares. I say it doesn't have to be perfect. You can just tangle along with me in real time or skip through if you're not. You get the idea. Because once you know how, you can just go away and play. So you see, I did this as a border, tangle, and then as what we're doing here, a checkerboard, chessboard, drafts, flooring. There is one called floors. It's got the little diamond shapes. So that's a grid pattern. But you can distort this. You can do any different tangulation, as we call it in the tangle world. But it does take a little while, and someone asked me about the coloured tiles, and I simply don't do them on here because it would just take too long. But what I am doing, I've filmed a few, but I'm doing some online classes. And we'll put those up eventually somewhere that shows you my process. There's lots and lots of CZTs, Certified Zentangle teachers out there. And we all have our own ways of doing things, our own ways of shading. And obviously we're all over the world, different languages. So if English isn't your language, I know there's quite a lot in Taiwan and China. Do some incredible artwork, incredible. Zentangle's all about the process and just letting your mind relax and take all the worries off take your mind off the worries of the world at the moment. Very distressing, everything. So I like to get lost in my art. Tangling. So I'm sure you'll be skipping through this bit and not listening to me waffle on. But it is nice just colouring. You think you've got everything and then you find another bit. So I'm turning my tile because it's just the way I like. It's more comfortable for me. Make sure I'm still on screen and that you can see my hands aren't in the way, because I know yesterday they were. I'm sorry about that if you watched it. So you can shade this in numerous ways. You can actually shade each individual white bit, or you can shade the tile as a whole. And I'm just going to shade it as a whole, as the whole thing, rather than, so I'm going to be shading around the edges. Now the only thing with that is this ink will still be a little bit wet, so it's prone to smudging. I mean, it does dry quick because it is archival ink, waterproof archival ink. I have found a fantastic solution, and I've started drawing really with fountain pens, but with fountain pens you can't have the permanent pigment waterproof ink. I found a fantastic alternative as a Lumos Pro, but they're just trying to sort the inks out for that. There we are. So that's Knightsbridge, very dramatic. And then all I would do with that is go in with my graphite and quite heavily around the inside and quite within the lines, and turn my tile. It is a great process. So I'll just probably shade those a bit. And these, that would be shaded. Maybe come up a bit more. Maybe a bit more down here. With the graphite coming quite heavy. And then get your tortillon. Going to get quite just looking for a dirtier one. It's got graphite on it, and then I would just shade up. So pushing that graphite in, and then shade up. So pushing the graphite in, I'm going to blow this in a second. Because with it being cotton paper, it does tend to peel a little bit. I forget the type of paper it is now, but it's the make of it, I mean. So we're just going round, really. Oops, I'm just going to blow this. And you can see it pushes and you can make it circular if you want to. Keep shading it up, gently blending it. Blending. You see how it's going? Almost 3D now. Just blending that up. I don't want to see any harsh lines. And then, that's it. Round that corner off. Just pull these in a little bit more. So this is where you hold it out and you look at it. You can see how it's pulled it out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around the edges on the outside with the graphite that's already on my tortillon, and just come down those edges. And that just brings it forward again. So it's still a little bit damp, that's why I'm getting all this pilling. If I'd have left it a little while, which is why it takes so long to do. So I'm just going to put a little bit of graphite down there, down the outside. Just a tiny bit of graphite. And it's a great one to pop into any reticulars, and by that I mean any space that will take a tangle, and then you can just have fun and enjoy. So you can see how that's popped out now. Oops. So I will just go around this outside blending that in with my tortillon. Or paper blending stone, whatever you like to call it, doesn't matter, it's all the same. Just so that there's no harsh lines. I've got a bit of a harsh line going on there because I didn't wait. Sometimes I get really impatient. Sometimes, not often, but sometimes. And there we are. That's our Knightsbridge. So we appreciate our tile and sign our tile. Where will I want to sign it? I'll sign it down here. And that's the good thing about tangling. You look at it, appreciate it, and yeah, I really like that. And then bijou. That's the little bijou, 2" by 2" those. So that's Knightsbridge by Zentangle. Ink. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.